We're going to start here with this tonight. And I'm going to bring the darkness. I'm going to shine the light in the darkest of nights. I'm going to start here tonight with the Girls Rules chat, where Jenny Kroom, Linda Garlic, Rima, Pamela, Julie Melvin, Jody, Jolene Hosley, among others. Then we're going to get into some real fun stuff. Somebody's admission that they were taking part in a now 2 years long federal violations when you're attacking a person with disabilities. This also goes for Adrian, Erica Morse, Christine, Croft, Noe. I'm not the only one. You guys been attacking my disabilities to make content out of. You've done it to, remember Nine Fingers Jinx? Yeah, it's funny. I've only got 9 fucking fingers too. What now, motherfuckers? Kept calling me a troll? Well, let's start trolling some motherfuckers, shall we? We're going to start with low life recovery. You remember, attacking people with disabilities is a federal violation. So the attacks on Jinx, Shane Corsage is another individual that's disabled. When you're using somebody's disabilities and attacking them for content and profit, it violates federal laws. So, yeah, if they hear this, by all means, I'm opening a can of whoop ass on a bunch of pro-defense in the light of justice, in the pursuit of justice. There should be never any sides of justice like it has in this case. But we're going to go back to low life recovery. And I'm pretty sure y'all read this. And we're going to open a can of fucking worms, shall we? Teresa Stevens. How about your former partner you don't want to talk about, Unmasked, and how your best friend now, Lana, Lana, Oriani, Oriani, Oriani. How about Vanessa Walsh unmasked against Lena Oriani on a stalking harassment using their content and fellow creators, their followers, to stalk and harass individuals, to try to pry information out of individuals like you sent Kate, aka Pre-Consent, among others, like low life recovery. Let's get into the real meat and potatoes of tonight's live. Where there's no backing out, there's no running away from the truth. It's on federal record now, you admitting that you and your friends have been doing what you've done to Vanessa and other content creators for content and money. When there's a doll in certain cases, you've got to make your own content to make that money. Isn't that right, Teresa? Lena? You'd be surprised some of the ones I have behind me and are willing to talk to my legal team when it comes to pressing federal charges. I've spoke the truth and the nothing but the truth, the whole truth of who and what I was federally, still to this day. Federal witness and living federal victim, allowed to become a victim by a disregarding, negligent, lying FBI agent, Michael Curtis. The FBI and Michael Curtis was involved in Karina McClurkin's case from day one, telling me only to talk to them and the FBI when it comes to Karina McClurkin's case and who was involved in her case. Hers and other cases they allowed to happen. They're suspects federally known to Michael Curtis and the FBI and multi-agency Joint Terrorism Task Force. We're going to get into some meat and potatoes, shall we? Yes, I'm going to fucking judge you because you and your content creator friends and followers and cult-like true crime community that say you're here for justice and for victims, you're admitting right here, you and your friends and fellow content creators for years now have been physically and mentally attacking me disabilities for laughs, to have a good time. Do we really want to get into your record? Shall we? And this is where the extortion comes into play. Out of fear, intimidation, harassment of a federal witness and living federal victim of a foreign terrorist organization and terrorists within it, I had to get a protective order on one that was involved in more than one missing and murdered case. In a court of law, I had to prove my case. Just like I'm about to prove my case in federal law. When it comes to many of these, aka pro-defense, they thought they deserved the right to be private investigators, mind you. These are the ones you want standing behind Kathy Allen. And oh yeah, by the way, the ones pro-defense, ask Kathy Allen about Brooke Ball, B-A-U-G-H, out of Kokomo. Her ties back to Gabriel Ellis, Keegan Klein, Tyler Joe French, all best friends, longtime friends of Brooke Ball. And how about Anthony Niebergall out of Delphi? Ask Kathy about those two names, back to the cartel drug ring, dealers and friends of theirs. But we're going to get into the real meat and potatoes tonight. Where you're trying to extort me out of further information like your content creators and friends have been doing. And then if that doesn't work, like I'm now a troll, but you're going to use subreddits content with my name written all over it. Michael Phillips said this and said this and this and this about these people. Then we're going to go into real interesting stuff where, remember, Christine, I'm stalking and harassing you, but yet your friends told you what? I heard I should come over here on Criminality's live chat. Yeah, hours. Mind you, hours on documented record now with the federal investigators and my federal legal team that's been behind me for years now are showing out of my digital data, hard copies, I was already there. So who's stalking and harassing who? And who's admitting that him and his friends for years now have been trying to press and pry and what? Now to extort information out of a federal witness and living victim because they think they are legally privileged to that information on who and what I know and what sits in my records. They are privileged. They must have the right to have everything I know and every detail. They deserve it. Show me legally, federally, legally, where any of you have the right. I have the right to federally go after you guys. There's others like Unmasked Lala that's stepping behind me. I open the pathway to federal charges, and to show that you guys never learned your lesson, you continue it for years. Hmm. I stood up for two little boys, underage boys, that were being beat by adult dealers and family friends of fellow dealers. You and your words were getting two little kids beat, Christine. That's why I chose to stand up and set the record straight. Your lies were getting two underage kids beat. And for me standing up and speaking up and letting the truth be known, you and your friends decided for years now, going on 2 years, to continue the attack on me, my disabilities, just like Noe and Prof and others have been going after Jinx and other people with disabilities. Did you not realize that's a federal violation under federal law? How about witness and victim tampering under federal law when murders are involved? My intel, my intel goes back more than one missing murder case. I was told, just like Delphi, Jeremy Patterson, to only talk to the FBI and my handler, Michael Curtis. There's a hell of a lot more than a 13-page report. And you'll see here, I'm begging Criminalities Chat to stop stalking and harass me using my PTSD that I got from being raped and molested as a child as a content garnering, making, revenue making, laughing, having a good time. Like I said, this is the federal extortion of a living federal witness and living federal victim. It starts with something as little as this. Hmm. That's Christine walking. We're going to keep going, shall we? My trauma is your responsibility. Yeah, you and others in the defense say you stand with all victims and their justice, but yet you're going to use for laughs, giggles, and a good time. And yes, it is a hate crime when you and your friends and fellow content creators are giving you 10 more minutes of useless fucking airtime online. A fraud. You're a fake. When I'm speaking up being a child victim, I'm being told to shut up by the same one saying I'm retarded, I'm mentally ill, I'm a little crybaby, I'm a little bitch. and I'm being told I need to shut the fuck up and go take my meds. And just like Passenger 33, what legal right do any of you content creators, your cult like followers that claim that they're standing for child victims, and witnesses and justice, show me what legal right do you have to know anything I know other than what I've said? Federal legal right. Show me. And like I said, criminality's seen this. All of her chat that was joining in on Christine's attack on me, it got to the point where I was begging that fucking Ursula to fucking stop with her and her cult like followers. Remember Christina Stewart? You might want to look up her fraud felonies, just like her husband's felony assault on a child, shooting her child. Do I need to show that? And what she said about that? Oh, how dare I let the public know that her child had to get a year-long protective order that mommy dearest let lapse and let the shooter come around her fucking kid like it's no big deal. And then she's telling everybody how dangerous he is for content and money. How about you look up Richard Stewart and Christina Stewart, Anderson, Indiana, Madison County. They're longtime felons. And these are the people you thought that needs to be PIs. This is what they're really about. It's never been for justice. Never been for any victims. It's all in that content and all that money. When the feds come visiting, you've done it for years. I documented everything. TikTok. I'll really show you what justice is all about. Legally. I ain't gonna waste my breath on you. Other the agents and agencies do that for me. You thought it was all worth fun and games and laughs over all these years. But yeah, it's all fun and games till it starts crumbling around. And then I'm getting threatened by a wannabe PI. She's going to use her tools and everything she has against me to stalk, harass, threaten, intimidate me for her friends. And oh yeah, look back in the videos I made. Remember Prof admitting that him and other creators and his followers and friends were trying to use me to get everything I know out of me for content and money? Teresa Stebbins and many others. He coughed up names on a phone call. Who's who, what's what, and where it goes back to. And you wonder why you're so pissed getting kicked out of your Discords, your Reddits. He's just as guilty as every single one of you. They're all fucking friends. They're just doing this for content and money. But when it comes down to it, who's all protecting Julie Melvin? The same one that's on multiple lives? Even in Rit admitting that she's sending content creators on the pro defense side the crime scene photos. Yeah, Prof admitting to it, where he got them, why she sent them to him to prove that Rick Snay was a liar, and he sent her the crime scene photos. How do you think Renee Greeno got them? CJ. Then she went on their live channels. And why do you think all the pro defense is protecting Julie Melvin, Tina Riddell, Linda Garlick, the Girls Rule, Jenny Cream? How about you look up Brittany Mooseholder and the Mooseholders cartel dealers. I mean, now a foreign terrorist organization. And how many of their friends, like Garrett Kurtz, Ashley Garth, going back to missing and murdered cases. Just like Linda, her granddaughter is best friends with Garrett Kurtz. Didn't know that, did you? That her mother, Erin Unger, Celeste Sexton's mother, Erin Unger, telling me if I so much as talk, she will herself personally kill me, when her and her friend, which is now married into the family, JP from Delphi, is now married into Linda Garlick's family. You see the admissions, just like she said, longtime family friends. But Erin Unger and JP, Jack, the same JP that's got a armed felony robbery. Him and her telling me I'll end up slit, tortured, left in puddles in the woods like those two Delphi girls if I keep talking to Indiana State Police and FBI. Then you had Linda Garlick. How about you look up Stanley Reed out of Columbus, Indiana? And I've got her talking about, oh, that's just our little slut. And we know all about the underage girl. How about you look up her son's best friend and their lifelong family friend, Stanley Reed, out of Columbus, Indiana, being a registered child sex offender. And you wondered why her grandson, he got taught it from somewhere. And the family's acceptance and loving their little slut, Stanley Reed. Hell, he was bringing around the underage girl, 14 fucking years old, around his best friend's family. And events, just like the events that they were, I've actually got this on record, audio and video, letting underage kids around known child sex offenders, including her grandson. He goes by Clayton Sawyer, but it's James Sawyer Jr. And these are the same ones that you protect, hide. Will it be worth it in the end? And you all say you're for justice for children and victims. The feds and ISPHQ, their jaws drop on who Julie Melvin, Jeannie Kroom, Jody Jolene Tosley, and others protected over all these years, and who they were giving information back to. With the help of these content creators, ones like Linda Garlick, Shelley Collins, Shelley that was giving information to their longtime family friend, Elvis Phillips, multiple times meeting up with him, running Facebook groups, was allowed to get access and meet Carrie Timmons, know where Carrie lives, given her contact information. The feds know all about the girls' rule and everything I documented, including Tina Riddell talking about the blood on walls, whose blood it was, everything that you tried hiding for years, and then tell me, oh, don't look at my granddaughter, Slee Sexton, or her mother. They're cleared. No reason to look there. Longtime family friends of Dillers, fellow killers, Dillers, turned proven killers, but nothing to look at there. When they're friends with more than one Diller turned killer. The same ones all these pro-defense have let in and around victims and their families. Are you proud of yourselves all in the name of content and money?